Lately, we've been talking a lot about maintenance on the Tesla, particularly the Tesla Model 3. I believe it's the same for the Model Y. There's really only three things ongoing, I think, that you need to pay attention to. That's the tires, really only air pressure unless you have a problem. And then, of course, windshield washer fluid and windshield wipers. Now, I've been looking at the wipers because honestly, I really haven't paid any attention to them until now. And that is how to check them. And you'll see they kind of go underneath the hood a little bit. Now, the one on the driver's side, you could pull up, I guess, because that windshield wiper blade is so flexible. But the one on the other side, the passenger side, you'd have a problem, right? I mean, there's no space, there's no clearance. So how do you get these things up to check them, right? Well, the first thing I thought of before consulting the manual, and I want to see if this works, is to go ahead and raise the frunk or the hood. So to do that, we all know, on your phone or inside the car, just press open. You heard it pop, it's open. Release the safety clip under there, if I can figure out. Oh, you don't even have one. I forgot, see? And this is the access that you get underneath the hood. Still not ideal, and you really can't pull up the passenger side because now it's probably even worse under the hood. Again, it's so flexible you probably could bend it to get it open or get it out, I guess, but you don't really want to do that. The driver's side, a little bit better. I mean, you could, I guess, almost pull up the whole thing, but you're not really supposed to do it that way, right? There is a better way. So let's go ahead, close the frunk, and a tip for you, if you're like me, you want to close it by pushing right on the emblem itself, right? But you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to put pressure on both sides. So what I do is grab a rag of some sort, I'm picky about this, and just push down on both sides. It's that easy. That's what you're supposed to do. Tesla even says that if you push down directly on the emblem itself, you can damage the hood. So just make sure you're doing that right. I know the first time I opened it, I pushed it down on the emblem itself, and then I read a little bit of the manual and figured out that that probably wasn't a great idea. I should have actually left the hood open because we're going to check the windshield washer fluid in a second. But to check the blades, or to change the blades even, you want to get inside, go ahead and push the little car thing down here, and then you want service, because this would be a serviceable item. And then you want, let's see, wiper service mode. You can see right here. Let's hit that. And then you see the wipers actually come up on the hood so that you have access to them to be able to go ahead and change them out if you need to. I want to take a quick look, and let's shut the door. I wonder if they stay up. They do. That's good. How far can you actually bend? Not really very far, actually. So it's not like one of the ones where you can really bend it far out so that you can go ahead and service them more. It's going to hit right there at the corner, so you don't want to force that, break them, bend them, but you just go ahead, push the button down there, and remove the windshield wiper blade itself. Now, let's hop back in. We should, and I've never done this, so we should be able to push that same button. So again, go back to the car, service, and windshield, or rather wiper service mode, and they went back down, as you can see right there. Now, we do need to open the frunk again, and that's the other way to do it, by the way, in case you're not familiar. And we want to check the windshield washer fluid level. So to do that, pretty simple. It's located right there in the front, although I'm not sure if you can actually see in there. So I'm going to grab a flashlight. I'm going to add this to the things that you need to be able to check this, I guess. I don't know if you need it. We're going to find out here in just a second. But obviously, all you want to do is go ahead and flip up the cap. And let's see if we can see anything in there. And I don't see anything in there. Let's use the flashlight. No, I don't see anything in there anywhere. But I am going to go ahead and add a little bit of fluid in there. Not a ton, and I don't know that you really want it coming up much more than what you can see. It looks like there's a little bit of staining right there, a little white area, and I suppose that's from where it was originally. But let's go ahead and grab some fluid. I'll show you this. Not complicated, of course. And I'm using summer fluid in mine because I live in a warm climate, so I don't really need to worry about it freezing. See if I can do this freehand without a funnel, spilling it all over the place. Mine shouldn't take too much, I don't think. Well, I say that. I mean, I really haven't used it much. Yeah, there. And I'll show you the level that I filled mine to. Again, I don't know if it's specific, but up to where that stain was, and you can see the fluid. I'm not going to go any higher than that. And that gets it right up to where I want it to be. Make sure you close it. I'd like more of a snap on that myself. Doesn't really close very tightly, and it doesn't look like the hood would hold it down, although it really couldn't pop right up no matter what, so I don't think it's really a big deal. Other than that, those are the last two real, I guess, routine maintenance things that you should check on the Tesla. Obviously you want to have windshield washer fluid if you ever get in an area where it's real buggy or dusty or dirty or whatever. Windshield washer blades, I believe they recommend changing those, I think it's every 2 years, something like that. Of course, it all depends. The climate you live in, the conditions you live in. I mean, if you're in a winter climate and you're running those blades across ice-covered windshields, that's going to degrade the blades a little bit faster. You're going to have to change them a little bit more frequently. If you live in an area like I do, where we get a ton of sunshine, always beating down on that rubber, the blade itself, that can cause them to degrade a little bit more frequently. But if you live in kind of an average environment, I guess, they could last for years, depending on how much rain you get and that kind of thing. Again, to shut the hood, make sure that you press on both sides. I wonder if you can do this one-handed. Let's see, as opposed to having to use two. I would think you could just push on both sides with one hand, right? I don't really love the way that that closes, but that's how it works. Anyway, leave a comment. Let me know. Ever check this kind of stuff? I'd just be curious. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.